Apologies if the audio is bad or the video is bad. I am driving around. I'm in freaking Knightsbridge at this present moment, Sloane Square, Knightsbridge, that kind of an area. Trying to avoid congestion charge, using my freaking navigation to get out of here because it's absolute mess, roadworks and whatnot. But I thought I'd do a little live stream for you guys while I'm driving. I am in a good location. So yeah, if you see me a little bit distracted, that's because I'm in some stupid area with a lot of stupid traffic. It's unbelievable. Anyway, Faisal's here. Awesome, my brother. Nice to see you. Of course I'm going to stay safe, my brother. Of course I'm going to stay safe. So yeah, like, let's talk about this, right? Okay, market, bull market, feeling bullish, and being a bull and not being a bull, and of course Solana and all sorts of other stuff, right? So I mean, there's a few things I want to talk about, right? And one of the most important thing is, hello, my brother. Hello, Roach. Nice to see you, my brother. I want to talk about something because this is quite important, right? Okay, so obviously last week, if you remember, I think it was last week when I did the last live stream in the night, I was driving. I did mention something to all of you guys. I said, look, guys, we are seeing this number. We will probably go and test 100K. Now, I don't know exactly what the number was, but we did go to 99,000 something, right? Close to 100K. Come on, I'm driving. I wasn't even looking at the charts. In fact, right now, I'm not even looking at the charts. I'm looking at my navigation, right? Because this area is just a complete mess. You don't know what's going to happen, where it's going to happen. So, yeah, it's an absolute disaster here to drive. So anyway, so what I'm saying is, we looked at it. We said, look, based on the numbers, based off on the pattern that we had, we could potentially go and test 100K. Exactly, we tested the 100K. We didn't say we're going to go and test 109K. We said 100K, right? Nothing unsatisfied. Nice to see you, my brother. So nothing more than that, right? I didn't go to a lower number or anything. It was 100K, and we did go almost to 100K, which is great. And I ain't complaining, right? Let's just be honest. In fact, do you know what? I'm going to park up for a bit because there's a little parking space here. Let me just park up here because it's just so much more easier, because I'm going to go into some chaos here, right? So let's talk about this. I see Hamsi. Hello, nice to see you as well. So right now I'm parked up, I can talk properly and ignore all of this thing. If you're here for the first time, my name is Sham. This is 0xfiles. The truth is always out there, right? So if you're here for the first time, do consider subscribing. Smash that like button. That's the last thing I want. You know, that's the only thing I want, right, from you guys. So if you can smash the like button, that would be really appreciated. Whether you subscribe or not is up to you. You might have your favorites and this and that. Hamsi says altcoin season. Maybe, maybe not. But let's talk about this. And of course, now that I'm parked up, there is something that I could do actually. So let me just quickly press home button, press my chart and see what's going on, right? Because look, I'm not looking at the charts, right, for various reasons, but I've kind of already stated how I feel about the market, what I think about the market, like what I said the other days where I said, guys, 98,400 is good, but that some of the things are still on the table. We might go and test it, but 86 is still on the table. And so far we're back at 97,400 right now. As we can see, it's just absolute insanity. Ethereum did have a nice little play yesterday, but again, I'm not too fussed about that. But of course, when BTC bleeds, everything else bleeds harder. And I want to talk to a lot of the people who have got into the game recently. They may be pros, they may have been in the game before as well, they may have traded a few bits and bobs here and there, seen some lovely gains, which they really didn't have to do much, because when you're in a freaking bull market, you can buy anything on a blind and you make money, right? Ultimately, you still make money. So end of the day, that's what happens to people. It's a kind of an effect that we have, where you're buying, it's not a strategy, you just bought because everyone's buying and it's going up and you think it's just going to go to the freaking moon. But sadly, that's not the reality. The reality is it doesn't go to the moon. The reality is that, look, there's a strategy, you have to follow that strategy. And if you're buying at the wrong time, especially if you're buying at higher prices, then the only recommendation I have is you buy with a stop loss, right? And if it stops you out 5%, 10%, whatever, it stops you out, well, you have an opportunity to buy it cheaper and you probably could accumulate more coins this way. Unfortunately, too many people get into that phase. It's like, it's going to come back, it's going to come back, it's going to come back. It doesn't matter who says what. It doesn't matter who says it's going to come back. It doesn't matter who says it's going to go to the moon. It doesn't matter if something's going to go freaking, like, you know, 500K. Like, we've had people throwing numbers, $500,000 BTC, $250,000 BTC, all sorts of numbers, right? What's the highest number you've heard me talk about? I've talked about 133 to 137 after the 108,000, right? So not before that, because before that we had to get to those levels. So again, I'm not going to throw random numbers out there, because at the end of the day, we need to get to the first levels before we can start dreaming about the others. And I saw earlier on, I think someone says that they were dreaming about someone like hacking Ethereum or Solana or something like that. Dream. Now listen, when you get to that stage, when you a crypto holder, a crypto degen, a crypto fanboy, a crypto freaking fanatic, whatever you want to call yourself, right? You know, a crypto bull, right? You get to that stage where you're freaking dreaming about it, you got a problem. You got a problem. You have to switch off your devices. You need to get out of that, because you're going to start having nightmares, right? So you should not be dreaming about your investments. That's the worst thing, because then all you're going to do is dream. You're not going to actually make anything. You need to sit back, relax, think with a calm mind and say, look, if I buy here, I need to sell here. If the market goes the opposite direction, then I need to get out. It's all about strategy, guys. If you do not have strategy, if you do not have discipline, if you do not understand risk management, you shouldn't be doing this, because those are the things you need to have, right? I call it the DSR, discipline, strategy, risk management. If you don't have those three, that little triangle, like whatever you want to call it, if you don't have that, you got a problem. I can sit back, relax, do nothing, you know, chill out, don't look at the chart, I don't even come on YouTube that often, right? Just doing my daily thing, right? So for me, why? Because it doesn't bother me. Why? Because I got a strategy, I got a risk management. Like, I'll give you an example. One of my brothers yesterday posted something about some coin. He said, well, it's pumped about 100% XYZ. You might want to take your cash out or take your initial investment out and this and that. I said, you know what, bro? It doesn't matter. Why? If it was any other altcoin, any other shitcoin, any other meme coin, I would have worried. I would be, damn, I got an opportunity. I'm going to take my initial out and I don't really care where it goes. I'll probably buy it cheaper when it bleeds. But in that particular one, I've got a strategy because I believe in that coin, right? So if I believe in something and I think I bought it for cheap and it pumps 100% and then dumps 50%, well, I'm still up. You see what I mean? So I looked at it and I was like, okay, I've doubled, tripled my money. Do I want to take it out? No, I'm going to leave it. I don't care if it dumps another 50%. It don't matter, right? I'm still not getting stopped out. And the money I've invested is a very insignificant amount of money. What I mean by that is I could literally chuck it away. I could literally just destroy that, burn that. So end of the day, that money I'm not too fussed about. You see what I mean? So you got to think about, you got to have a strategy. You got to understand your risk management. Like, what's your risk tolerance, right? How much money you can lose, right? And XYZ. So I know this whole, like, guys might be a bit confused, like what's this guy talking about. So we have a whole bunch of people on our Discord group, I think some of the links are below, who have bought Solana at a very high price, right, at the $255 level. And unfortunately, market bled out. They didn't put a stop loss. I don't know why you would do something like that, and they've ended up losing money, right? So, and I've said to a lot of people as well, and I know it sounds kind of cringe and it sounds kind of wrong. Look, end of the day, I'm a original Solana holder. Well, I'm kind of an OG, right? But what I mean by that, I bought Solana at $2 originally. And then the later batch, I bought Solana like $2, and then I bought like $20. And then it dumped, and then it went to like $10, right? And I bought it at $10 again. Do you know what I mean? So for me, my average is so low. My average is so low that I only count the $2 and the $10. I don't even bother with the $20 one, right? So my average is so low, I'm still up. It doesn't bother me where we go. And of course, I do have an exit. I do have a stop loss, but my stop loss is so low. It's like a freaking limit order. It's like so low. If we go down, if the market crashes, then take me out, right? And I'll go and buy some more Solana. So all I'm going to do is recycle it back into Solana because I have faith in it. So similar way, there are some coins out there where I have faith in them, and you know, there are times when we talk about it, we're like, guys, buy whatever, doesn't matter, whatever you want to buy. So there is that time when we buy whatever we want to buy, and then of course there's a time when we start going into the stop loss situation, especially when the market is doing all sorts of funny business, right? Which is exactly what's happening right now. And you guys may have known, right? You know, of course, so many people with the news and all the hype news and everything, Donald Trump being the president, okay, we've got a crypto-friendly president, all of those things, right? Everyone's all hyped up, they're energized, man. Come on, we're going to the moon, right? Go on, Donald, you're going to take it to $1 million. With all of those excitement, people forget that there's a reality out there. The reality is completely different, right? The reality is completely different. You can't just go on that news. You can't go on that hype. The reality is, this is your freaking money. This is your money. You got to make money, or you got to protect your money. That's the reality. And nothing else matters. You can do a 20x, 100x, doesn't matter. What matters is your money. That's the reality. Donald Trump's not your money, right? That hype news not your money, right? Someone getting hacked, that's not your money. Your money is the one you invested. That's what you got to protect. So those are the reality a lot of people forget. It's your money. Whether you put $100 in, whether you put $1,000 in, whether you put $10,000 in, whether you put $100,000 in, it's your freaking money. So you have to understand risk management. Risk management is very important. You have to have discipline. You need to know your entry points. You need to know your exit points. These are all important. I mean, I advise people, get a freaking notebook. Write down what price you paid for something. Write it down. Believe me, it will also help you in the taxation as well. But write down how much you paid for it. Write down, when are you going to be comfortable to take it out? Are you above that? If you're above that, are you okay to stop loss at that price and still cash out? Do you know what I mean? Or maybe, okay, I'm willing to lose 10%, right? Or I'm willing to lose 20%, whatever. 20% is really high. I mean, with a meme coin, yeah, you got to have a margin of 20, 30%. Meme coins, you go into a meme coin, your expectations should be, I'm willing to lose 30%. That's how meme coins are, right? So you only chuck money that you can afford to lose. So that's how it is, guys. You've got to really understand all of those things and then see where it goes. But so far, anyway, are we still in a bull market? Well, we're still in a bull market. When would I start panicking? At the $86,000 level? That's when I would really start panicking. I will read some of the comments, Hemsy. Give me a second, I'll read them, right? So that's when I would start panicking. If we head towards the 86k, we still have a support at the 93,500 currently, $93,500 or $400, something like this. We do have a support around there, so let's see what happens. But so far, the larger time frames, the 3-day has tried to push up, but unfortunately the 3-day indicator has been kind of invalidated or kind of undecided right now, become undecided because of the volatility in the market. The 5-day indicator is pointing bullish. The 5-day is pointing bullish. Let me just quickly see when the 5-day indicator resets, because that's quite important as well. So if we just check, sorry, it's just under my device. That's the reason why I'm saying this. The 5-day indicator finishes in 7 hours, right? And that is bullish. That's 7 hours from here, and it's saying it's bullish, which is a good thing, right? And then you've got the weekly indicator, which obviously is going to be on a Sunday, so that's going to also reset on a Sunday, and that's also pointing bullish as well. So we do see signs of bullishness. We do see the fear and greed index right now with 94,800 is still higher than it was a few days ago when it was a 96,000. So that, it's telling us that there's a bit of a manipulation going on. People are definitely shuffling their funds and whatnot. Whales are definitely running the show right now. Market makers are absolutely in control. But as holders, we have to take responsibility, and we have to understand that, okay, hold on, ultimately it's our money, regardless what the news is. We have to understand our risk tolerance and basically either protect our funds or make money and do whatever, because that's what you're in it for, right? Unless you're in it for the next 5 years, then by all means hold it for another 5 years. This is when you entered. You're going to take it out 5 years down the line. Mark it on your calendar and stop looking at social media. Stop looking at your charts, because you're in it for 5 years, right? Put an alarm 5 years down the line, remind me, I got to go back and sell that. It's easy, right? So do it that way. But whatever you do, you've got to keep calm, be patient, know your risks, right? Those are important. Right, let's see what Hemsy says. He's wrote so many different stuff. By the way, guys, smash the like button if you're here for the first time, or consider subscribing, whatever. So Hemsy says altcoin season, it dropped too fast. Either it's going back it's going fast back about, or it can start the bear market. That's what I think. Okay, yeah, it's true. But the bear market, so we shouldn't really focus too much on altcoins, because remember, when you're looking at the charts, when you're looking at your indicators, right, look at the one with the highest dominance. Who's got the highest dominance? Bitcoin. Who's got the second highest dominance? Ethereum. Who's got the third highest, and so on and so forth. So start looking at the one with the dominance, because the one who has the dominant is in control. When you're looking at altcoins, you've got millions and millions and millions. We've got, I mean, the last time I checked, it was like 60,000 meme coins per day. That doesn't take long to get to 6 million. Do you see what I mean? If we do day, that's 10 days. That's 6 million. That's 6 million. It's unbelievable. So think about those numbers. So when you're looking at altcoins, you can't even do the maths on it. It's unbelievable. It's freakishly unbelievable. You cannot do the maths on that. So for us to know if we're in an altcoin season or not, what we have to see is BTC stay, nothing, stay red or whatever, and the alts to pump. But so far, what we're seeing is most of the attention going to one or two particular meme coins and whatnot. And what you get to notice a lot of the time, if you focus a lot, and I'm sure there are people out there who are doing this work, where you can see that there is a group of people, same wallets, right, pumping specific coins. So of course you can see it's being very selective what they pump, and ultimately they're not doing it to pump it for you. You just get lucky because you're in it. They're doing it because they want to make money. That's what it is. So these boys are in control right now. Whales are in absolute control. So whether we're in an altcoin season or not, how can you tell? Because every time BTC bleeds, altcoins aren't really green, are they? So ultimately, we know BTC is still in control of the market, and hence why we think that we can actually enter a bear market. So far, according to BTC charts, we are still in a bull market. We haven't invalidated anything. The only time we invalidate something is when we go around the $86,000 level, but that's just for now. Some people could argue and say 90,000, but I don't think it's 90,000. Also, for us to have a full confirmation, it would have to be 50% of the total high, so the all-time high, which is currently for us is 109,000. Let's just say 108,000. That means if we go to $54,000 level, that's when we invalidate the bull market. So this is an unfortunate reality that for us to invalidate a bull market and actually confirm a bear market, we have to be 50% below the all-time high. We're not, so we could easily bounce back from there, like an ABC pattern, an Elliott wave pattern, or even the Wyckoff patterns that people like to talk about, right? So what you see is basically we have these patterns where we can go down as low as 50% from the all-time high and bounce from that, because that's just another leg, right? That's what the reality is. So let's see, now whether it's altcoin or not, I do want the altcoins to perform, because I know I'm going to make a lot more money on altcoins than BTC. So let's see what happens. Oh, that was you, Hamdi. That was you. So sorry, because I see a different. So I'm talking about you basically. So you are a different name on the Discord. That's why. You're the one who's been dreaming about it. Oh my, dude. Solana is so underrated. The technology is much more worth. Why is it still 250? It shouldn't be. I mean, as far as I'm concerned, Solana for me, I've always looked at Solana and I've always hoped it will go to $1,000. Looking at some of the charts recently, I did change it. So this season, last season, I did bang on about $1,000. This season, I looked at all of the charts and all the patterns, and looking at the macro factor in the market as well. I said, look, we got a target, $400. If we can get to $400, we can even shoot towards $1,000. Plus, remember, Solana has an upgrade that's coming, right? And then when you compare Solana to Ethereum, because that's what the competition is, right? Ethereum's the competition. Well, Ethereum's having massive issues. I see an opportunity here for Solana to shine, and Solana is shining, by the way. It's just doing it in the meme coin sector and this and that. However, it hasn't taken over any serious dominance, right, where it can lead itself. Because if it can, and I've mentioned this on a previous video as well, previous live streams as well, I said, look, if the altcoin season starts, one of these coins like Ethereum, Solana, or even BNB, funnily, can be a leader to lead them through. Do you see what I mean? So they do have the potential to lead them through, but it also depends on what the market wants to do. But market right now is just focusing on one or two. They're buying Solana, they're using Solana to make more Solana, but usually when you go into a meme coin factory or pump fund or whatever, and you're making money, you just made 10x more. Well, guess what the 10x is when you see these pumps, right? You're basically taking money from other people. So unless you got fresh money coming in, you got an issue here. You see what I mean? So it's just money, just Solana changing hands. So we're really not doing much, right? And of course, there's been some worries about Solana unlocks and this and that. But guys, these are all factored in. We know about the unlocks and this and that. There's an unlock calendar, right? For all the coins, you can go and check them, right? And Solana's announced there's nothing hidden. Everyone knows about it. So a lot of people right now could be dumping. So whales and everybody could be dumping to manipulate the price, because we do have an unlock next week, I believe, or next week or the week after. We have an unlock, right? So it's a good opportunity. Dump, right? Dump, let it unlock, dump even further, buy it cheaper, right? Buy it cheaper, 20-30% cheaper, and then pump the market. Because what's the point? Do you see what I mean? So people will already factor these things and play accordingly. That's what I see anyway. So it is what it is in the end of the day. So I see G-Shock here. Awesome. Nice, my brother. So G-Shock says the bull had babies and the market is being led by a three-legged runt of the litter at the moment. Maybe, bro, maybe. Faisal says March, Sham, first week and whole month will be. Let's hope so, because according to the charts, if you remember previous live streams and previous streams that I did, I've said how basically um, the time, because that was important, right? How long do we have in the market so we can be confident in whether we should be buying, selling, trading, or we should just take an exit and then sit back and relax. And so far, I did say that we can see at the end of the March. So we do have a good timeline at the end of the March so far. We don't have any new data suggesting anything longer. However, looking at the chart and looking at what I posted on Discord, right? When I see the stochastic RSI pointing up, especially on the weekly and the 5 day, I do get a rough indication that we could potentially prolong this even further. So March could become April, May, June. But I'm not going to give you those numbers, those dates yet, because I don't have a confirmation, guys. With what's happening in the market right now, with the volatility right now, it's impossible for me to throw a number. You know, you guys know, I don't throw a number unless I'm absolutely sure. And so far, I am not sure what's about to happen. So we need to find out, because this monthly close is going to be quite important as well. Let's see what happens anyway. Hemsey says, my thought is that we got Trump for 4 years now, and if he came mentioning crypto, we'll do something in the 4 years that will boost the market for me to sell Solana without a loss. Solana, as I said, look, it's in a league of its own, right? But you have to, like, I've mentioned this many times, guys. Yes, I'm excited. We've got pro crypto XYZ, but it doesn't mean anything, because when we start looking at the news, when we start focusing on the politics and this and that, who's getting involved, we lose track of what we're doing, right? We shouldn't focus on that, because so far, and I can prove this, right? Because it's on YouTube. You can go and watch every single one of my YouTube videos where I've done a chart and I've done a prediction or a call or whatever you want to call it, right? I've done it before the news. I've done it before Trump. I've done it 6 months in advance. I've given the price before that. And then people, oh, we hit that price because of Trump. That was on the chart. I already mentioned it. So do I have a direct connection to Trump's future events? I don't. Do you know what I mean? I'm only talking about charts. There's nothing, there's no financial advisor, nothing here. I'm only telling you what I see on the chart, and I'm posting it on Discord, and I'm talking about it here. So that's my truth. My name is Sham, this is 0xfiles, and the truth is always out there. I always say this because that's what it is, guys. You know? So when I don't focus on any of that stuff, I'm calmer and I can move forward. So I know a lot of people were excited, and I said, look, guys, you're great. We're excited. Everyone's so happy. And I'm excited for him as well. But there's more to it, and let's see what happens. So it is what it is. So Hemsey says that's the only thing that made you feel safe. That's the wrong thing to make you feel safe. I'm really, really sorry to say this to you on a live stream, but it's true. That's the wrong thing. You should not follow media, news, influencers, even me, nobody. You should not do that. Remember, the one thing that is important than everything else is how much money you've invested and how much risk tolerance you have. Okay, that is important, nothing else. So remember that, my brother. Ducate is here, also my brother. Nice to see you. I see Bubble here, also my brother. Ducate says the problem with Solana is the tokenomics. They have 549 million whole coins and 9 decimals. That is so many sats. And a single set is really all you need to use in a blockchain, so it's not rare enough. It's not. Listen, we can talk about rarity. That's a different story. I know, Ducator, you like to compare stuff with BTC. That's a different story. We're not comparing BTC. They're each one of these. So what you got to understand, BTC is technically a deflationary currency. Solana's not a deflationary. It's on the paper. It's an inflationary currency that it prints more. Like Ethereum, it prints more. So we can't really compare those things, whether they have 549 million or not. We can't, right? The value comes from the use case and utility in these particular coins, right? Whereas in value in BTC comes from scarcity, which is a complete different dynamics, right? So we can't really compare each other, so we shouldn't really go there. So it is what it is. Hemsey says, how do you learn the charts then, brother? I don't follow anyone. What do I do? If you don't follow anyone, that's a good thing, right? If you want questions about charts and this and that, so I have personally, like, you know, on the Discord and this and that, I will tell you what to do. I always say download the free version of TradingView and start practicing, right? But of course, if you want to go into much more like techniques that I use, for example, I do actually do like a private class where I could teach you, that's not an issue, right? I'll take an hour of my day or 2 hours of my day, and I'll show you some of the tips and tricks that I use, which are quite simple. I've simplified it so much because I've gone through learning the charts. And then I was like, ignore, 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 because I've learned everything. And then when I came to the basics, I was like, you know what? I don't really need crazy stuff. That's why I can literally just browse my chart on my car, and I already know what the market's going to do. I already put the lines on. So that's what it is. And you can go from the videos and all the other stuff I've said on Discord as well. You can see if my lines and my numbers are accurate or not. And that accuracy comes from years of experience on it. And I'm happy to share that knowledge. Of course, that's not a free thing, right? But on Discord, I'll happily, if I've got time, I'll put something there. It's not an issue. So it is what it is. You know what I mean? But there are other guys there as well. The charts, remember, the charts are very important, right? And you have to learn at least the basics, right? And as I said, I'll happily teach you the basics on Discord. That's not an issue, right? I'll take half an hour and I'll show it to you. That's not an issue. But I do recommend that. But don't follow the news. That's the worst thing you can do, right? Worst thing you can do. Ducator says, in my recent book, I literally outline how only Bitcoiners are the new financial advisors, and it's true, all other fiat advisors are now irrelevant. Did you put me in your book? I need to know, bro. If you put me in your book, you got to put the channel link in the book. Ducator. Now this ain't about the money with Sol, it's about the use case. Sol Eth are for smart contracts. There are not enough contracts in the world to support. True. It is what it is. But listen, what matters more is what it is, right? And the utility, I mean, look, Solana's the meme coin factory. I'll call it the meme coin factory. So it is what it is. So I'm not going to go there anyway. Dollar price, exactly. I mean, it is what it is. So I'm not going to be reading the chats now because I just realized I don't really have much time, so I've got to start making a move. So I'm going to put my navigation back on because I genuinely have to. I've only got an hour and I've got, I think, about 16 miles to drive through central London. 16 miles through central London is not easy, trust me. So it is, right? G-Shock says, and I'm out. Have a nice day. Thanks for the update. No problem, G-Shock. G-Shock, if you do want something, bro, please do let me know on Discord and whatnot. When I get a chance, I'll read through and I'll answer it. I'll do a quick answer or whatever. I am currently, I don't know if you noticed, I'm currently working, so I'm in my kind of work attire, let's just call it. These are like, you know, easy white clean and this and that. So I just went to Knightsbridge. I was in, well, closer to Sloane Square. This Sloane Square is right behind me, to go and do a quotation, like kind of view and do a quotation on a kitchen refit. So let's see where it goes, you know what I mean? So it is what it is. So yeah, I'm out and about. I've got another visit right now, got to meet them, so that's why I'm kind of rushing. So I've got to meet them, do a visit there at 6 o'clock, and then I've got to pop somewhere else, and I think I'll be free about 8 o'clock, maybe 9 o'clock. So it is what it is, man. Gator says, good job, man. And I mentioned this channel in one of my drafts, but I pulled on final draft. Right, okay, well, that's good. Thank you very much for thinking about it, Gator, because end of the day, of course, look, I'm just here. I'm just one guy doing my thing, and I try and keep things real. You know this as well. Everyone knows this, right? Try and keep things real. I'm not here for the fame, for anything else, you know what I mean? Because I know many people who come on YouTube, and you've probably seen plenty, right? They come on YouTube, and you know, I don't think they're really thinking about the people there, right? Whereas I'm here not for myself. I don't want anything off you guys. I'm here for you guys. Do you know what I mean? Like today, I said I got a bit of time. I'll do a bit of live. That's why I'm here right now. But yeah, I'm not here for myself. I've got plenty of other things to do. Believe me, it takes time and effort to do this stuff, right? And of course, you guys could see I'm always in the car. I'm always moving around, doing it in between work and whatnot. So I'm doing it for you guys, end of the day. So that's what it is. But I do appreciate all of you guys who come to the channel, especially when I go live and everything. I see loads of my regular guys coming over, and I do appreciate that. I really respect that, and I'm humbled by it as well, honestly. So other than that, I don't know what else to say. I do appreciate all of you guys. Thank you very much for coming to the show. Smash the like button, hit that subscribe if you haven't already, and share. If you do find value, guys, share. Also, if you are watching this later on, right, leave something in the comment if you found value or not, because I have no idea. We have had a conversation on a live stream, but I have no idea on the comments whether you like it or not. So I need to know. Do you know what I mean? So it will be really helpful if I could find out how you feel, what you think, or maybe even there are some things you want me to talk about, right? I'd happily talk about it if I know about it, or if I'm informed enough about it. Because, like, example, earlier on, Hemsi, with a different name on Discord, asked me a question about Solana, and he gave through a few numbers, right? He or she, sorry, I don't really know, so I apologize. Through a few numbers. So I said, give me 5 minutes. I looked at the chart and I realized that we've kind of lost all the support. So the current support is around 128, and then we see where we go from there. So every day, so I just posted that, and I posted the chart as well. And then when I was doing that, I looked at BTC and I wanted to double check what the BTC RSI and stochastic RSI is saying. RSI obviously is old data, especially when I'm looking at weekly. I'm actually seeing last week's data, so it is pointing down. However, the stochastic RSI is starting to point up, so that keeps me bullish. You know what I mean? Now, what we're going to do, I don't know, but let's see. I mean, Monday usually is a bit bloody sometimes, especially week opening, but Wednesdays usually we do have a recovery. So I would say just wait until Wednesday, see what happens, and if we do recover, then great, and then we can push forward from there. So other than that, I'm not going to make this any longer, unless you guys want to watch me drive around central London. I'm actually entering Park Lane right now, so unless you want to see Hyde Park or whatever, yeah, I mean, thank you very much for coming to the show. Other than that, like, share, subscribe, and I'm going to catch you guys on another one very soon. Adios, my amigos. Thank you very much.